Hey everybody, welcome to the first video that I'm actually recording in my car. So the reason that I'm recording this video is because I think that it's good to step away from the whiteboard every once in a while and get away from all the technical numbers and all the nuances and all the stuff that we go over on the channel and get into more of like a laid back version or a more philosophical version of finance. So I'll be talking about things that are going on in the economy, both macro and micro, even ways that are more philosophical in terms of kind of like living your life up until this point. So I was looking through my demographics, and most of my viewers are in their 20s to 30s, and there's obviously some in their 40s and 50s and 60s, but a majority of them are in that 20s category. So the reason why I wanted to do this and focus on that demographic is because I'm in my early 30s, and I've actually done a lot of the things that my viewers are always asking me about. So in terms of investing in the stock market, how to buy a car right, how to invest in real estate, things like that. So for those of you that don't know me or have just started watching my channel, I'm a real estate investor. I built 2 spec homes. So these are 2 homes that I built just without an end buyer or end tenant in mind. I built those with a partner, a builder partner. One was a 2-unit, the other one was a single, and we actually had those all rented out. And the market is appreciated like crazy, so we actually ended up selling those last year, so about a year ago now at this point. So did well on those, decided not to keep those as rentals. I obviously invest in the stock market, which you all know, and then I'm married, I'm happily married. So all these things, I feel like I'm starting to gain some more life experience to where I can actually talk about it credibly. I'm not just one of these people on YouTube that, regurgitates information that they read online and they say they're some financial YouTuber. I've actually worked in finance my entire career. I have a finance degree. So I'm not saying all these things to brag or anything. I'm just telling you that I have credibility when I speak, as opposed to a lot of other YouTubers out there. So ultimately, my goal with this video and what I want to talk about today is to be the tortoise, not the hare, in life, in business, and everything. So what YouTube is starting to do with young people is they're making it sound like you can become a bajillionaire overnight. You can buy Lamborghinis in a day, you can do this, you can achieve everything all within 2 weeks, right? It's kind of like that instant gratification society and culture that we live in now. So that can absolutely be the case. You can definitely, achieve success very quickly if you know how to do it and if you're a hustler and a go-getter. But what I want to do is I want to kind of pull back your expectations just a little bit. That way you don't burn out as quickly. So when you're building your base, whether it's your professional base, your career base, your investing base, you need to start with a strong foundation, right? So if you want to use, the Empire State Building as an example, they had to dig so far below the grade, below the ground, because they needed to create a strong foundation to be able to thrive and prosper and actually create a stable building that's going to last hundreds of years. So your financial and investing career is the same thing, or your entrepreneurial career. You need to build a strong base. So what is a strong base? You need to have a good education. You need to be a continuous learner. You don't necessarily have to go the formal educational route like I did. I went to school for 4 years and got my finance degree. You don't need to do that in this day and age. You can leverage, social media. You can leverage YouTube. You can leverage LinkedIn. There's so many ways that you can get connected with people as long as you're ambitious and you're a hustler and you know how to be hungry and humble. You can definitely do that. However, I do think that education and continuously learning, that will always set you apart from the people who are lazy, who are watching Netflix every night from 7 to 10 p.m., who are going to restaurants 5 nights a week, who are just going out to the bar and drinking themselves into oblivion after a long week at work. These people will never get ahead, and you don't want to be those people. What you want to be is someone who is even keel, level-headed, You need to not be able to get emotional when things are going good or bad, because you, at the end of the day, will be able to survive downturns in the market, upturns in the market, successes, failures, things like that. And now I'm actually looking for a parking spot because I'm picking up some Thai food. Oh yes, I got the last one. I got really lucky. So ultimately, my point to all this ramble is you want to be the tortoise early on and not the hare. You want to be open to risk, because ultimately you're young and you have so many years to make up any mistakes that you may do. But you want to be slow. You want to start out slow. You want to start out right, and you want to build a strong foundation. If you want to invest in real estate, don't go buy a 50-unit apartment building as your first investment. Okay? If you want to, do that, I wish you the best of luck. But it is very difficult. Because you don't have the proper network in place, you don't have the proper systems in place, you don't have the experience in place. If you want to start that, start with a house hack. Buy a double, rent one side out, live in the other side. See if you even want to be a landlord. That's just one example in real estate. In terms of business, if you want to start a successful business, it takes months, if not years, to create a stable network, a stable customer base. Look at this YouTube channel, for example. It's grown steadily over time because I keep putting out decent content, and I have people that watch my videos. You can definitely get a viral video and get a spike in the algorithm and get a bunch of subscribers, but if you don't keep putting out good content, those people will either unsubscribe or they'll stop watching altogether. So everything comes with time. If you want to get into sales, you're not going to knock it out the park the first year. You're going to have to build value, be credible, become a household name, become first of mind with whatever you're selling, and that's when you'll start to get more sales and easier sales. So my point to all this is that life becomes easier over time if you go about it the right way. So don't necessarily rush into everything, and don't compare yourself to others. I'll say comparison is the thief of joy. That's one of my favorite quotes because it's so true. If you see your buddy who went one route out of college and you went another, and he's making 6 figures and you're making 40 grand a year, don't look at your buddy and say, oh man, he's so lucky, I'm so jealous and blah blah blah. That's one of the worst traits that you can have. You always want to be positive. You always want to bring everyone up collectively, because that person will remember that and it'll all come back around to you. And who knows, maybe your buddy's working 80 hours a week and he's going to burn out in 2 years. You never know. So my point to conclude this video is that anything in life, do it slow to start. And once you've proven the model and you've proven the business or proven whatever you're trying to prove, that's when you ramp up. That's when you start upping your ad dollars. That's when you start ramping up your scalability. That's when you start to try and, instead of buying a duplex, you're going to buy a quad. Instead of buying a quad, you're going to buy a 15 unit. Instead of buying a 15 unit, you're going to buy a 150 unit apartment building, because at that point you have experience, you understand the game. So I hope you got value out of this video. Let me know if you want me to do more of these. I'm actually just waiting on some food right now. Normally I'd be driving this whole time. But either way, I think stepping away from the whiteboard and getting just a little bit more bigger picture, high level, and strategic is a good thing for everyone, for both myself and for my viewers. Thank you so much and have a prosperous day.
Chucky got the sauce.